Are you wondering how to truly captivate the attention of an older man? Have you ever felt like no matter what you do, you're just not getting the connection you desire? There's something you need to understand, something that can change everything for you. Two simple, yet powerful words can make all the difference in how an older man perceives you, how he feels around you, and ultimately, how deeply he is drawn to you. You may have been told that men are visual creatures, that they fall for looks first, and while attraction plays a role, what truly captures the heart of an older man goes far beyond just appearances. It's about emotional connection, understanding, and making him feel something he can't resist. So, what are these two magic words? You're about to find out, and when you do, you'll see how they unlock a level of attraction you never thought possible. Imagine this. You're sitting across from a man you're interested in, having a conversation. He's been around. He's seen a lot in life, and he's not easily impressed. Yet, as you speak, his eyes light up. He leans in closer. He listens with genuine interest. He feels an undeniable pull toward you. Why? Because you just said something that touches him on a level that most women never reach. The truth is, older men have different desires and priorities than younger men. They are not looking for fleeting excitement or superficial beauty. They want depth. They want to be understood. They want to feel valued. And there are two words that instantly make them feel all of that. I appreciate. Appreciation is a powerful force. It goes beyond a compliment or a polite thank you. When a man feels truly appreciated, he feels seen. He feels like his efforts, his wisdom, his presence in your life matter. And that is an intoxicating feeling. Think about it. When was the last time someone made you feel genuinely appreciated? How did it make you feel? Didn't it make you want to do more? To be more? To give more? That's exactly what happens when you use these words with sincerity. Now, this isn't about flattery or empty praise. It's about real, heartfelt appreciation. It's about noticing the little things he does and acknowledging them in a way that makes him feel valued. If he shares advice with you, instead of just saying, thanks, try saying, I really appreciate your perspective. It means a lot to me. If he takes time to help you with something, tell him, I appreciate the effort you put into this. It really shows. These words create an emotional bond that is hard to break. Many women make the mistake of assuming that older men already know their worth, that they don't need to hear words of affirmation. But the truth is, everyone wants to feel appreciated. And for older men, who may have spent years giving to others, working hard, or even feeling overlooked, appreciation is like a breath of fresh air. It makes them feel alive, important, and deeply connected to you. Now, let's talk about what happens when you don't use these words. Have you ever noticed how some men become distant, withdrawn, or even seem uninterested? It's not always because they're not attracted to you. Sometimes, it's because they don't feel valued. If a man doesn't feel like his efforts are recognized, he may start to pull away. He may invest less time, less energy, and eventually, less emotion into the relationship. That's why appreciation is so crucial. Here's something you can try today. Think about an older man in your life, whether it's someone you're dating, someone you're interested in, or even a close friend. The next time you interact, take a moment to express genuine appreciation. It could be something as simple as, I appreciate how thoughtful you are, or I appreciate the way you always make time to listen. Watch his reaction. See how his body language changes. Notice how he opens up, how he engages more. Appreciation creates an emotional loop when he feels valued. He wants to give more, and the bond between you strengthens. This is not manipulation. It's not about saying what you think he wants to hear. It's about developing a deeper awareness of the impact appreciation has on human connection. When you genuinely appreciate someone, they feel it, they respond to it, they crave more of it. There's something else you need to know. Appreciation alone is powerful, but when combined with respect, it becomes irresistible. Respect is another key ingredient that older men deeply value. They've spent their lives building careers, making sacrifices, and earning wisdom through experience. They don't just want to be admired for their looks or success, they want to be respected for who they are as individuals. And when you pair appreciation with respect, you create a dynamic that makes an older man feel truly valued in your presence. This text emphasizes the power of thoughtful, specific appreciation in communication, particularly in relationships, rather than offering a generic statement like, "I appreciate you," which, while kind, may feel impersonal or routine. The text suggests going deeper, acknowledging specific qualities or actions that make the person feel valued on a deeper level. By saying, "I appreciate the way you always handle things with such wisdom. I really respect that about you," the speaker not only expresses gratitude but also highlights an admired trait, wisdom. This reinforces the recipient's self-perception and strengthens their confidence. Similarly, "I appreciate how hard you work, and I have so much respect for the dedication you've shown over the years," does more than acknowledge effort. It recognizes long-term commitment and perseverance, which speaks to the person's identity and values. The underlying idea is that men, like everyone else, crave significance. They want to feel that their actions, decisions, and character traits are seen and valued. When appreciation is tied to their core identity, such as their wisdom, work ethic, or dedication, it resonates on a much deeper emotional level. This type of validation is powerful because it affirms their sense of purpose and importance. The text also suggests that this level of acknowledgement is something no man can resist. This implies that men, in particular, are deeply drawn to feeling respected and appreciated in ways that affirm their role, effort, and personal strengths. It taps into a fundamental human need, the desire to be recognized for who we are and what we contribute. Overall, this approach to appreciation transforms a simple compliment into a meaningful affirmation. It strengthens emotional bonds, builds deeper trust, and makes the recipient feel truly valued, not just for what they do, but for who they are. If you ever find yourself feeling like your partner doesn't deserve appreciation, or that he hasn't done anything particularly special to warrant it, take a moment to pause and reflect. It's easy to fall into the habit of expecting grand gestures or extraordinary efforts before we acknowledge someone's value. But the truth is, appreciation is not just about rewarding big accomplishments, it's about recognizing the small, everyday moments that often go unnoticed. Think about the little things. Did he bring you a cup of coffee in the morning? Did he send a quick text to check in on you? Did he sit with you in silence when you needed comfort? These moments may seem insignificant in the grand scheme of things, but they are the foundation of a strong relationship. Appreciation isn't about measuring someone's worth based on what they do. It's about acknowledging their presence and the effort they put into the relationship. No matter how small, even a kind word, a thoughtful action, or a shared moment deserves recognition. The simple act of saying, "I see you, I appreciate you," can have a profound effect on the dynamic between you and your partner. More importantly, expressing appreciation creates a positive cycle. When you start to notice and verbalize gratitude for the little things, it shifts the energy of your relationship. Instead of focusing on what's lacking or what someone isn't doing, you start to highlight what is already there. This, in turn, encourages both of you to naturally give more to each other. When a person feels valued and appreciated, they are more likely to want to contribute even more to the relationship. It's also worth noting that appreciation fosters connection. A relationship is not built on perfection, it's built on mutual respect, care, and acknowledgement. By actively choosing to express gratitude, you reinforce the idea that both of you are in this together. You show that his presence, his efforts, no matter how small, matter to you. So, if you ever find yourself thinking, he hasn't done anything special, shift your perspective. Instead of waiting for a grand gesture, look for the quiet, consistent ways he shows up for you. And when you acknowledge those moments, you cultivate a relationship where love, effort, and appreciation flow naturally between both of you. It's also important to recognize that using these words is not about losing yourself or being overly accommodating. It's about fostering a connection where both of you feel valued. It's about setting a standard in your relationships where appreciation and respect are mutual. This statement highlights the importance of communication in relationships, emphasizing that using kind, appreciative, or respectful words is not a sign of weakness or self-sacrifice, but rather a tool for building meaningful and fulfilling connections. It challenges the misconception that expressing gratitude, apologizing when necessary, or acknowledging a partner's efforts means diminishing oneself or becoming excessively accommodating. Instead, it presents the idea that choosing words thoughtfully strengthens relationships, fostering a dynamic where both individuals feel heard, respected, and valued. At its core, this perspective underscores the balance between self-respect and empathy in communication. It encourages individuals to set a high standard in their relationships, one where appreciation and respect are not one-sided obligations, but mutual and consistent practices. By doing so, relationships become environments of support rather than contention, where both parties feel emotionally secure and understood. Additionally, the statement implies that language plays a powerful role in shaping the emotional climate of a relationship. Words have the ability to uplift, reassure, and reinforce positive bonds, just as they can create distance, resentment, or misunderstanding if used carelessly. Therefore, being intentional about the words one chooses helps establish a culture of kindness and emotional generosity, ultimately leading to a healthier and more enduring connection. Finally, this viewpoint aligns with the idea that relationships should be built on mutual respect rather than transactional exchanges. It is not about using kind words as a strategy to manipulate or gain favor, but about genuinely valuing the other person and ensuring that appreciation becomes a natural and expected part of the relationship. This principle, when consistently practiced, contributes to long-term relationship satisfaction, emotional intimacy, and a deeper understanding between partners. So, what's your next step? Start using these words today. Whether it's in a romantic relationship, a friendship, or even a conversation with a stranger, make appreciation a habit. Watch how people respond. Watch how your relationships transform. When you make someone feel valued, you become unforgettable. Encouraging immediate action, the phrase, "So, what's your next step?" directly addresses the reader, prompting them to take immediate action. It creates a sense of urgency and engagement, encouraging them not to just passively absorb the message, but to implement it in their daily interactions. Practical advice on language and appreciation. The sentence, "Start using these words today," suggests that the speaker has previously discussed specific words or phrases that convey appreciation. It highlights that the key to improving relationships is not in grand gestures, but in the simple act of verbal acknowledgement. The emphasis on today reinforces that this is something easily achievable and can be done right away. Application across different relationships by stating, whether it's in a romantic relationship, a friendship, or even a conversation with a stranger, the passage makes it clear that appreciation is universal. It's not limited to deep, long-standing relationships but extends to everyday encounters. This suggests that small acts of gratitude and kind words can have a meaningful impact, even in brief interactions with people we may never see again. Reinforcing the power of habit, the phrase, "make appreciation a habit," stresses consistency. It implies that expressing gratitude and kindness should not be an occasional act, but a regular part of communication. Habits, once formed, shape character and relationships, leading to a lasting positive impact. Observing the effects on relationships, the repetition of "watch how people respond. Watch how your relationships transform," serves as a motivational push. It reassures the reader that by implementing this simple change, they will see noticeable results. The act of watching suggests mindfulness, paying attention to the positive changes in how others react when they feel valued, creating a lasting impact. The final statement, "when you make someone feel valued, you become unforgettable," underscores the profound effect of appreciation. It implies that people remember how they were treated more than anything else. By valuing others, the speaker suggests, the reader will leave a lasting impression, strengthening their relationships and enhancing their overall social interactions. Conclusion: this passage is an empowering and persuasive push toward making appreciation a daily practice. It highlights that small, intentional words of gratitude can strengthen relationships, improve interactions, and leave a meaningful impact on others. The structure is simple yet effective, with direct address, repetition for emphasis, and an optimistic tone that inspires action. Older men, having lived through decades of experience, are no longer swayed by mere superficial charm. While physical attractiveness or fleeting charisma may have drawn them in during their younger years, with age comes a deeper appreciation for qualities that are authentic and enduring. What truly captivates an older man is not just a beautiful face or a well-rehearsed flirtation, but the depth of a woman's character, the sincerity in her words, and the emotions she is able to stir within him. Sincerity is rare in a world that often thrives on pretense. An older man has encountered enough hollow words and empty gestures to recognize when someone is simply putting on a show. What he truly craves is something real: conversations that matter, moments that hold meaning, and a connection that is built on mutual understanding and appreciation. When a woman engages him with genuine interest, when she listens and responds with care, and when she makes him feel valued not for what he can provide, but for who he is, she holds the key to something profound. Appreciation, then, becomes the secret ingredient in forging a deep and lasting connection. It is one thing to admire a man, but it is another to truly appreciate him, to acknowledge his strengths, to recognize his efforts, to express gratitude for the way he loves, protects, and supports. Appreciation speaks directly to the heart. It reassures him that he is seen, that his presence matters, that his actions are not taken for granted, and in return, it inspires him to give more, to open up, to let his guard down, and to invest in a relationship that feels safe and fulfilling. So, let these words sink in. Embrace the power they hold. Use appreciation with intention, not as manipulation, but as a genuine reflection of how you feel. Speak it with warmth, with honesty, with the deep understanding that men, just like women, need to feel valued, because when appreciation is given freely and sincerely, the connection that once seemed elusive suddenly becomes real, tangible, and deeply fulfilling.